Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another video, and today we are touching on a little bit of a controversial one. Not really. Different people have different opinions on this one. Some people think there's nothing wrong with it.
Very controversial.
Yeah, some people think there's nothing wrong with it. Some people, obviously, you know what we're talking about based on the title. But yeah. Porn, the effects of porn, especially in a marriage. I think we're also going to answer the question: is porn cheating? Again, that one also is viewed differently.
Very controversial, yeah.
To different people. Different people see it in a different way.
But I think we're going to concentrate more on the fact on, I think, how we see it in our personal views. And I think, yeah, personal experience in the sense that encounters, I guess.
Alright, cool. So, I think just to start off with the base is that for me personally, porn addiction, when it becomes an addiction, it becomes basically like any other addiction,
Yeah,
like a drug addiction.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because if you like addicted to drugs or addicted to whatever it is that you're addicted to, and you can't go a day without doing it, or you can't help yourself, like say, and a lot of people are like, I'm gonna stop. Or even smoking is an addiction. I'm gonna stop it and blah blah blah, and then like I'm quitting when every day you quit every day, and then the next day you're back at it. So I think porn addiction works the same way, and I think it works that way based on, and again, not to be scientific, but based on what it does in your brain.
Yeah.
I think you have to mention the fact that
Chemical,
it releases endorphins in your brain, the same endorphins that drugs would release. And basically what that endorphin does.
Or something that makes you happy.
So, yeah, that's the endorphin that it releases. And what that endorphin does is this. Here's the danger of porn, right? It skips the process of, because endorphins usually is released by you work for something.
It's a reward, yeah.
Yeah, and then you get rewarded. So like after you've paid something off, it's like that sense of, yes, I made it, I paid this thing off. Or after you have purchased something, you've worked hard and you bought it and you're excited about it, you've now, experienced this feeling of reward. Or after you've studied for the year and you got your report and you've passed, it's like, yes, I've made it. And you experience that release of excitement and euphoria and, yes, we made it. And what addiction does is it skips the process and goes straight to the reward.
So
And
there's
so
no work put into
there's
it.
no work, there's no effort. And I think that's what gives it the false sense of reward, I think. Where you skip the process and you're now getting rewarded for something that you didn't have to do.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so I think that's what drugs does, where it's a matter of where you get this nice feeling, but you didn't go and work, you didn't blah blah blah, or you're escaping reality, and now you're getting this feeling.
And the thing with that is that, like with drugs, there is a consequence to the action, right? I think a lot of times, like with drugs, people start stealing, or they
You lose weight, your face looks funny, you get
don't take
darker
care of
on the
yourself.
eyes, you stop taking care of yourself.
Also, you don't really view people in the same way because it's just a means to get to
It means to an end, and you
Yes.
find you go visit family members, you end up stealing things, even like you get to a place where you literally cannot help yourself. And to draw
Same.
the comparison to porn addiction, it's exactly the same. And we're gonna jump into the effects actually that it has. But before we jump into the effects, is that to draw that comparison, it's the exact same. And some people may say, no, there's nothing wrong. I've heard people say, no, there's nothing wrong. I've heard actually couples watch porn together.
Yeah.
I've heard couples actually watch it together and then try the styles.
And for them, it's a matter of nothing's wrong because this is an agreement.
It's
We're
us
both
and
married.
we're doing this.
Yeah.
And I've seen that also be detrimental in some couples' marriages. I've also spoken to someone that said, no, they're happy and they like it and they do it together and blah, blah, blah. And there's nothing wrong with that. To me, I personally do believe that it does have an effect.
It does have an effect, especially on your marriage and in your relationship with one another.
Yeah. So again, back to the story of it skipping the process. So what it does is it skips the process of having to date. It skips the process of having to court. It skips the process of having to impress your partner. It skips the process of having to try to do things to get to get your partner into the mood, because that's a process that has to happen. That you must now talk nicely, and you must clean the kitchen, and you must sort things out, and then the mood must now generate from there, and then that's must now where you now can must now say.
I think we need to start with women explained, right? Women are emotional beings, and we are not always in the mood just because if you come up to me right now and you want to be in the mood and now I must just be in the mood. No, it takes a process. You butter, we want to be buttered up. We want to hear sweet words. It takes a whole process for us to actually get into the mood, whereas men are basically
you visual, yeah. So if you see something and you want to go for it, and then boom, then you go for it. And so that's what porn does. And so now the thing is, when you're addicted to porn, you can skip literally the whole entire process and just jump straight into, oh well, I don't have to do anything. So it gives you like a false sense of
gratification. Like you can get it
without having to put in any effort. It also gives you a false sense of security, I would say. And I tell you why.
You can help yourself.
Yeah, you can help yourself. You don't have to put yourself out there. You don't have to go onto a dating app. You don't have to try and impress anyone. You don't have to, especially people who probably are in a position of being like socially awkward, or so I'm gonna make an example of this. Some people that may feel some sort of way about themselves, like for example their weight or their looks, or there's an insecurity or whatever, and so they rather feel that like, instead of putting myself out there, I'm okay here at my house, I don't have to really do anything, I'll be fine. That obviously is not for everyone, but I'm just making an example as to the fact that that could be a thing. Where you have this false sense of, okay, I'm here by myself and I'm not hurting anyone and I'm not disturbing anyone, but I'm okay doing my thing. And I think that's what gives you that false sense of security, and that false sense of, I'm fine, I'm not hurting anyone. But in fact, what it is doing, it's actually damaging your mind.
Yeah, it does. And the effects that it actually has on a relationship, on a marriage relationship, that for me is very detrimental. And the reason why I say that, and I think that brings us to the question, is porn cheating? Mm-hmm. For me personally, yes. Outright, yes, it is cheating. And the reason why I say that is because when men watch this, these are women that are amplified in certain areas, that are doing acrobatics in certain things, where the average Joe, or average Jane rather, can't perform that. I can't look like some porn star, and it creates an image in this guy's mind, or in your mind, that I could never live up to. So, and you sort of like form a relationship in your mind, or a fantasy in your mind with that you've created. And remember, now as a guy, you helping yourself with this image, whereas an actual woman or your wife, your partner that's with you, couldn't live up to that. And what that in the end then does is it objectifies the woman. So like we're seen as just an object, just a means to get to the end. Like I can help myself, but you here, okay, so you'll help me to just get to the end.
Mm. So to me, when it comes to that, and I think there are people that will disagree with that. People will say, yeah, but how can he be cheating? It's not a real person. You're not even like you're texting the person or you're speaking to the person. So
the argument there could be, then how is an emotional relationship cheating? It's exactly the same.
Mm. Yeah, but again, that could also be argued. It's like, I'm not speaking to this person, so I'm not emotionally doing anything with this person. But I can see your point that it comes across as cheating. But again, like I said, it could be controversial. Some people may just think, what? I don't even know who this is.
Everyone's entitled to their
opinion. It's like that. If you have a crush on a like
A celebrity.
actor or celebrity or whatever, it's like, yeah, so what? You're never gonna meet this person in real life or whatever. So
That's the
it's
same.
one of those kind of like.
It's not. It
doesn't
depends on
matter
how
anyway.
you engage in that. It depends on if you have this crush on the celebrity, and that is your means.
Like a fantasy or
Yeah,
whatever.
and that is your means to helping yourself. Then that is cheating.
Then it's cheating. Okay, cool. So, and here's the thing though, for a guy's perspective, I've spoken to many guys. Like remember, I've been a youth pastor for like 10 years. A lot of guys, I must admit, don't think there's anything wrong with it.
In fact, they think it's normal.
Yeah, a lot of people think it's normal. A lot of people say, no, it's fine. You know, as a guy, you have to do it, or it happens, or whatever the case may be. But here's the thing, though. The thing that it does mentally in your mind, for me, that's the sticking point for me still. Because it literally, I watched documentaries that spoke about it, that it literally actually rearranges the matter in your mind. It actually makes your trigger signals or whatever, those little sparks that go to different parts of your mind. It literally changes the direction of those sparks. And that's where the danger comes in, where prolonged use of pornography, and especially like what helps a lot of people who perhaps are saved or perhaps have other things going on in their lives, they can still kind of buffer it with those things, and they
Being
can still try and
preoccupied.
you can be occupied with other stuff. But someone who goes completely fully into just doing this could find themselves in a position where, like you said earlier, objectifies women to the point where if you see a woman in reality, in your mind you're literally undressing that person. When
And
you're
you don't
looking
see
at
this
them,
person as a person with
you just see them
feelings
as
and-
like a sexual object.
Yes.
So you're literally undressing that person. And we've had that experience before where we walk in a place and and then you complain, this person is undressing me with their eyes. Why is this guy
And
looking
as a
at me
woman-
like this? Why is he
As a
staring
woman,
at me like
I
this?
mean, women, come on. Like, you've had that experience when someone comes into the room and you just feel so uncomfortable. The way this person is looking at you, it's like this person is literally undressing me in front of everybody, like in his mind. So, and that comes from I guess, unsavory things that you do, like watching
So,
porn.
and that's the thing. And then I think just to round it off, is that interview that I watched with Ted Bundy, and it was his final interview in prison. I think it was just before he was executed.
And there's a number of serial killers.
Yeah. And the guy was asking him about it. In fact, it's a very disturbing interview, but I watched it nonetheless. And the interviewer was asking him like, yo, you know, you were literally a serial rapist. You've raped over, I don't know how many thousands, hundreds of women that you
Quite a
raped.
few.
And then the guy asked him, and he was so honest, and he sat there and he said, look, I have nothing else to hide. I'm literally going to die like next month or whatever. So let me just tell you. And then he mentioned something so key. He said it just started with porn. He said just started with porn. And so I think that's the danger. Number one, it gives you a false sense of security. It gives you a false sense of happiness also. It's like, yes, I've satisfied
the
myself
moment,
now.
yeah.
But then, you know, it's causing damage in relationships. It's causing damage with people. It's basically like drugs. It's like you think you're okay, but when you come back down, nothing really changed in your situation.
And the sad reality of that is you spend so much time chasing your next high, which means a lot of the times this escalates.
And then it gets worse and worse and worse. And that's where people start getting involved with. Like, I told you I was watching Terry Crews where he came
Crews, yeah.
out and he said like,
That's
yo,
a very good
interview.
to check.
So he came out and said, look, this is I was struggling with it. And then the one thing he mentions, he says it went further than just porn because he had the money to be able to afford going to see women and what. And then now the thing escalates to now you being able to, especially people who can afford it, will then go and get a prostitute, for example, or go for. In fact, he says he used to go to these massages with happy endings. So he used to go to that and go get a massage with a happy
That's
ending.
disturbing.
Yeah. So he says that's what he ended up, because that's how it progressed
Yeah.
from just being on.
Because you have this need to want to fill
Yeah.
that
From just watching it
need of-
online to actually then now looking for other women to satisfy this thing. And then eventually he came out and spoke to his wife about it, and that's how he got his healing from it. But the danger of that is that I think could cause damage. It's detrimental. And so I think in conclusion what we're saying is that it's not the best idea. We don't between Anka and I, we don't think it's the best idea. We think it does cause damage. It can cause damage. It will cause damage. And
especially how you view each other as partners. So it can really do damage in that area, whereas you objectify each other. And I think we touched on this as being each other's firsts, and the reason for that is that you grow into one another, and you are the only people who know one another. But if you have that aspect of, I'm not the only one in his mind, then there is something to compare to.
So guys, thank you so much for watching today. Like we said, drop a comment in the comment section, and see you on the next video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Please, it would mean a lot to us if you subscribe to the channel. So see you on the next video. Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.